Just wanted you guys to see that even though the pedal board is on, he was only using it for tuning, and the cable, this black cable, goes directly into the amplifier, so there's no pedal board involved.
Hi guys and girls, my name is Dennis Delgaudio. I'm here talking to you today about the latest offering from Rocknroll Amps and my buddy Jack Kavalowitz, the Twanker. It is his take on the classic 5E3 Tweed Deluxe circuit. I say his take because he's incorporated some modifications that I think make the amp just so much more versatile and usable. Versatile. So we're gonna go through the features of this amp one by one. Okay, but you just heard it with my telly, and you can see on the video of the amp cam, where the settings are, and that master volume in particular is backed off. That's the first thing we're gonna talk about. So here we go. So what the master volume does, it's a pre-phase inverter master volume. So what it does, and what I love about it, is it gets rid of what's called blocking distortion that the 5E3 is known for. Not a bad thing. It's just, you know, if you like it, you like that kind of greasy, thick, gooey sound, then you've got it here. But if you want to get rid of it, you pull the master volume back, and the volume doesn't really go down. Like, you see where it is. It's about 11 o'clock. On the intro, it was at 11 o'clock. Now it's turned up all the way. So there's not really that much of a volume difference. As a matter of fact, I didn't even have to adjust the gains on my microphones. So it really just cleans out that mushy low end that the Tweed Deluxe is known for when you crank it. You can also see the channel volumes are not really turned up. What are they at, about 9 o'clock or something like that? Yeah, they're cracked open. I mean, the Tweed Deluxe is overdrive pretty quickly. That's what we love about them. But, you know, it is what it is. So you hear the difference between fully cranked here and what the intro was. And that is such a cool feature. So now we'll go on to, and so now let me just play a little bit. So if I'm going to play with, you know, in normal master volume turned up all the way, you'll hear how it, you know, the greasiness. It's cool. But if you don't want the flub, you just turn it right down. And if you turn the master volume all the way down, it doesn't shut off all the way. You don't really notice the volume drop until you really get it backed off. But it's a very cool feature. On to the next features. Okay, guys, so now we're just going to, the master volume is back down at about 11 o'clock, and now we're just turning up the individual channel volumes to about, they're about 11 o'clock too? Yeah. So you get all that chewy, gooey Tweed Deluxe goodness without that blocking distortion. So let's see what we got. Next, the other mod that Jack included on this amp is a cathode bypass switch. It's got 3 positions: normal, none, and twangy, right? And so normal is standard 5E3, all the gooey goodness. None is less bass, basically. So, and that also helps with the blocking distortion. So you're getting that coming at you from 2 different ways, from the master volume and from this cathode bypass switch. Twang or twangy is the same thing, less bass, but with a little bit more high end or twanginess, right? So here we are in none position. Volumes, including the master, are all set the same. So I'll play the same thing I played before. Now we're in the twangy position on that cathode bypass switch. Same thing for you. Position a lot. That's great. It the combination of both, again, the master volume and that cathode bypass switch really help clean the amp out, but it doesn't eliminate the blocking distortion. It lessens it, so you still get that, like, it's got a great feel under the fingers, and this is all with a telly, and you still get that classic Tweed Deluxe vibe. You know, it just cleans it out a bit. Why don't we try cranking the volumes? Really turning them up. All right, guys. Now we've got both channel volumes are turned up to about 230 or so. Master volume, we just turned it all the way open, but we're in that twangy position on the cathode bypass. So you see how it'll help with the low end, but it gets kind of squishy, but it's in a good way, you know. Whacking it hard, so you can see how it's got that squishiness, but that cathode switch in twangy, it takes out that really the particularly grosser part of the blocking distortion. Again, just in my opinion, I do like it fully gross though as well. So, all right, we're just talking about the bright switch now and how the bright switch works. The bright switch really comes into effect when the master volume is turned down. When it's open, it's out of the circuit. For all intents and purposes. So here we go. I'll just strum a G chord, a couple of chords. Jack will flick the switch on. For the purposes of the video, so you guys could actually see the control panel, we pulled the light bulb out of the jewel because it was blocking. So the amplifier is on. It's just there's no light. No bulb. All right, I just want to showcase the twanginess of this amplifier in the current setup. Master volume down, bright switch on. Master volume looks like it's about 10 o'clock. And you know, it's got a push sound, but it's great for playing some country stuff. All right, guys, we got the Les Paul on now. Amp settings, you see them. I got my volumes back down a little bit on my Les Paul. Both pickups are on. Check this out. That sounds good. Bridge pickup, turn it up a bit. This is all in a twangy position, which I really dig. Let's try something on the neck pickup. Something sweet, even a bluesy thing. You back it down some more. Yeah, man. So there it is with Les Paul. I mean, obviously, it'll do all the classic Tweed Deluxe things. You know, the raunchy Neil Young type caving in sounds. You know, but it can get quite clean, and it also does that classic Tweed Deluxe. You know, the chimey clean thing rather well. The channels are internally jumpered. You got one input. You can turn either one on or blend them to taste. Celestion Alnico Blue speaker is stock. I love them. I love it so much I got two of them. In stereo, they're twice as good. Everything up until this point, there was no pedal board. Now I've plugged the board in. I just turned on my JHS Clover, which is a FET preamp. I got the mids on it jacked a little bit, and the bass and treble are down. The mids on that pedal are centered around 1.2K, so it's kind of like Klon area. But check this out. I'll bring the volume up. It's about 7 on the guitar, bridge pickup. close it out. All right, so guys, that is the Twanker by Rocknroll Amps, my buddy Jack Kavalowitz. I love the amp. It's great. He's really, you can get the classic Tweed Deluxe sound if you want it, but you can also tweak it and clean it out a little bit more, make it more controllable. Not if you want to lose the flub, you can. Otherwise, it's really stock 5E3, and the Celestion Alnico Blue is the speaker to, in my opinion, to have with this kind of amplifier. So go to rocknrollamps.com. Buy one. They're cool.